supposed to put the Cordell commercials on there.
I have no idea.
Well, I brought it. He gave it to me the other day. Yeah, the camera's gonna be right here. You're good. No, you're fine. You're fine.
They said they want you standing up right in front of the camera and give everybody a good view.
Did you call your dad?
I'm gonna guard these guys up here.
No.
I was like, get out your phone. I thought you were going to so.
No, we've got space opportunities we could have.
Hey, this USB, we just supposed to plug it in? Okay, I'm good. Okay, I thought it, okay. Okay. He said just plug it in and he'll connect and take care of it.
All right then.
That works for you.
Michael, y'all gonna use all three of those chairs? Y'all got three up here? I was gonna steal one sit right here.
Well, I think they're gonna have Casey Paxton do PA.
Oh, well, Casey's coming. You can't have Casey standing up.
I can stand
No, I need to be standing up. I ain't got no job.
Where do I plug this in? Right here.
Yep.
Well, I gotta have you kids around. Show me how to do stuff. But
Casey.
there we go. I mean, it does seem like a short amount of time.
It really does.
And I told Deanne yesterday it was a month to the day that we got home from Corpus Christi. She's like, you're kidding me. I said, no.
Oh my god. Yeah, spring baseball does not take very long.
Well, but I mean, here we are in May. We finished, what, early March basketball.
Yeah.
So. Are you done with school or you got another week?
I have one more final tomorrow. I want to study in between games.
She got to go take 2 tests tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm taking 3 so far.
There's Casey.
She's been going out to the college and doing her proctor's test out there. And she found out the other day that she can go to the campus at Cameron and do it there, and the hours they're open on Saturday and Sundays. She's like, we could have been gone over there, and I could take him a head test, and we could go shopping and stuff. And we're like, yeah, real glad you found that out.
Hey, they got you fixed up, okay?
Hey, this is cool.
Anybody that wears the OU shirt, they're more than welcome.
Well, I got an orange one underneath it, but I just want to make sure that I kept as much wind off of me as possible.
Casey, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good.
You remember my sidekick for basketball, don't you?
Yeah,
How you?
I'm doing good. Have you got the lineups?
I do. Are you going to write them down, or what's your plan?
I'll just write them down.
Because I wrote the defense on the back sides of them, so. And their coach has got magnificent handwriting.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so easy to read. It's great.
That's all I got.
Okay, killing me, Smalls. What time is it? What is it? Did you just send me this text? Insert the USB stick in the computer. I did. It's not in all the way. Oh, here we go. This technology stuff is way over my head. should be doing a show so we get to listen to her right now.
Hey, maybe get me and Tanner on.
Well, I think that's an idea too. Have you talked to your dad about it?
Yeah.
And he said no.
No, I mean it. He's like, well, if you want to. I'm like, nah, it's alright. I'm gonna rest you before this thing starts.
You know where it is?
Right down there? Mind if I squeeze by you?
Well, he does mind, but he's going to get out of your way anyhow because he's that nice of a guy.
Good thing it wasn't Christmas time. You'd have never got through there. So little big Schweitzer, don't it?
Yeah, I figured they would. I'm sure he's their hoss.
Boy, he does have good rides.
Yeah.
Friends, there's some big money to be saved this month at Wheeler Ford in Cordell. 2019 Edge, 0% for 60 months and $3,000 in customer cash. 19 model half-ton XLTs, $5,750 in incentives. Or 1.9% financing for 60 months and $2,750 in incentives. Check it out. We've got some great pre-owned units, cars, trucks, SUVs. You need to see Tom or David. We're wheeling and dealing. Wheeler Ford, sales and service for life. So come to Cordell and Wheeler Ford. Ford, go further.
Bring hope and peace to a child. Young children of all ages need homes. Please consider opening your loving home to a child in need. Children deserve to grow up in a loving, caring family. We have the services and community connections that can help foster families succeed. Contact your local youth service agency at 580-726-3383 for more details. Abused and neglected children are Oklahoma's most vulnerable population. Help is needed now. Great Plains Youth and Family Services is a proud sponsor of today's broadcast.
Clinic Pharmacy of Cordell, a hometown family-owned and operated business, providing super quick and friendly service to Cordell and surrounding communities. Small enough to know you, big enough to serve your every need. Stop by to meet Chris and the Clinic Pharmacy staff, where our family knows yours.
Friends, you'll find a store full of quality gift ideas at Cordell TV, Appliance, and Furniture in Cordell. Appliances and TVs from LG, Frigidaire, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Speed Queen, Best, Catnapper, Bassett, and Ashley Furniture. Bedding from Serta. Now listen, we service everything we sell, and we promise always the lowest possible prices and the absolute best service. Thanks so much for your friendship and your business. Cordell TV, Appliance, and Furniture. It's somewhere in Cordell.
When hometown football approaches, that's when hometown shines. Bring out those hot cocoa thermoses. Bring on the team colors, shirts, and spirit. We'll be right here with you, cheering our home teams on to victory. Because nobody does hometown in Western Oklahoma like Bank of Western Oklahoma. Come bank with us. Weatherford, Cordell, Gary, Elk City, Viside, Woodward, where people come first. Online at bankofwesternoklahoma.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Wondering how Western Oklahoma State College can fit into your future? With 25 degree options and more than 20 student organizations, it's easy to join the Pioneer family. Western offers classes online and on campus, making it simple to fit an education into your schedule. Western's tuition is less than half of a four-year university's and offers many scholarship opportunities. To find out more about how your future is brighter at Western, visit wosc.edu.
At Shorty's in Cordell, we know sometimes you just want good food, cooked fresh and made to order just the way you like it. Like a great tasting hamburger that's only $2 after 4 p.m. Sometimes you just want a great salad bar any time of the day. And daily specials, they're always fantastic ideas too. You're sure to love this daily special, our bread bowl with soup. Oh, and tell them you heard this ad and get $1 off your order at Shorty's. We can accommodate large parties and always have carry out. That's Shorty's, just east of the traffic light in Cordell. Go Blue Devils!
Taking care of your family is easy and convenient at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum. Located at 114 South Lewis Tittle in Mangum, Dr. Lonnie Perryman and nurse practitioner Patty Burks provide a comprehensive, full-service family practice, including care for children and adults, including geriatrics. Call 782-3393 for appointments at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum.
Everything you need and expect from a convenience store is always right here, waiting for you at the Right Here C-Store in Cordell. Fuel, food, more drinks, more seats, more hours, and where Subway is open until 11 and our grill is open till 10. It's always quick and convenient when you make a stop at the Right Here C-Store in Cordell. How about a car wash? Our automatic car wash bay is quick and convenient too. Come see us at the Right Here C-Store, where we're proud to support the Cordell Blue Devils.
Things are jumping for April this year at Flowers Unlimited in Mangum. Prom is on Easter weekend, so remember, guys, rent your tuxes now so you're ready to go and get the ladies' wristlets ordered in fresh or silk flowers. Ladies, get your date corsage at Flowers Unlimited. And if you're serving Easter dinner, why not feature a beautiful floral centerpiece on your dining table? And last but not least, send Easter lilies to those you love. All from Flowers Unlimited in Mangum. Call Flowers Unlimited today at 782-2122. That's 782-2122.
CK Energy Electric Cooperative congratulates Maggie Green and Autumn Foster of Weatherford High School, Randy Lee Troglan of Mountain View Goatybo High School, and Jansen Griswold of Southwest Covenant High School. These students recently won a $500 scholarship and an all-expense-paid trip to Washington, D.C. through CK Energy's Youth Tour program. Runners-up in the contest were Taylor Jaworski and Riley Martin of Cordell High School, Avery Beam of Lukiva Sickles High School, and Jaylee Robertson of Hydro Eakley High School. The runners-up received a $500 scholarship. Committed to our youth, that is part of the CK Energy Electric commitment.
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from, but choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
Great tasting hamburgers and Rex Chicken are the mainstays at Melvin's Drive-In in Mangum, but their menu includes so much more. And they're open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 till 2, and Tuesday nights, 5 to 8. And now they cater too. Enjoy Melvin's soon. Call 782-3711. Steve and Susan Kyle.
Classic Hits 97.7. Good afternoon, everybody. Well, we're almost at the afternoon. Time now for baseball here on Classic Hits 97.7 and on OKSports.tv. It is the 2A Regional here in Mangum as the Tigers get ready to take on the Blue Devils of Cordell. And this is the big time, all right? We've been doing softball and baseball all spring long, and it's just, I've been out there doing it on my own. And today I have a traveling cast of thousands that have joined me in the broadcast booth. Dylan Fox is here to operate the scoreboard for us. Casey Paxton is in the booth. He's going to be doing the PA. And we've got security here as well as the Highway Patrol is here to make sure that the two stars, Casey and Dylan, are safe. So, there you go. What have you done for me lately, Michael, in the morning? Obviously not enough, but we get to the postseason and it draws a crowd. Actually, it's cold and everybody wanted to come inside the booth. That's what it simply boils down to. We get ready for what should be a great ball game here this afternoon. And the fun thing about this is that the first game, at least, will feature some athletes. Of course, we've voiced of Mangum now for the last couple of years. But the second neat thing is this Cordell Blue Devil team is a team that we are very familiar with. I mean, kids that we have watched play sports over the last 4 years. And one of those is going to be the Hoss on the mound here this afternoon for the Blue Devils. That, of course, is Casey, or I'm going to call him Casey, Paxton Schweitzer. See, I'm getting mixed up already because Casey Paxton is here in the booth with me. But Paxton Schweitzer going to be on the bump here this afternoon for the Blue Devils of Cordell. Before we get too deep into the things, let's tip our cap to Mike Went and the crew for getting this field ready to play. I woke up at about 4:15 this morning when the thunderstorm started rolling through. We ended up about a half inch at our house, and the mezzanette said it was, about 1/1800ths of an inch in Mangum, and I thought, they're not going to be able to play baseball today. Move things back an hour, and if you're watching on OKSports.tv or on Facebook Live, you know how pristine the field looks. And, of course, the big question that has been asked of Dana Went, the wife of Mike, is, does your lawn look like this? And Dana simply gives that look that women give when you've asked them a Silly question. We will come back and tell you who the home team is, who's going to be the visitors, get the starting lineups, and have the first pitch. It's Mangum and Cordell coming up to a regional from Mangum here on Classic Hits 97.7.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring. Did you know the freshest, most beautiful, long-lasting flowers always come from Flowers Unlimited in Mangum? If you want to send flower arrangements that look and smell great and last a long time, your best choice is to make that local phone call to 580-782-2122. For fresh flowers, silk flowers, gift selections, collectibles, memorials, and bereavement gifts, make the trip to Flowers Unlimited, 113 South Oklahoma in Mangum.
From the moment you walk through the door, Jack's Flowers and Gifts on the Square in Cordell will delight your senses. We have gift items to please any recipient and new items coming in all the time, along with beautiful flowers and arrangements for every occasion. Our foremost wish is to provide you with quality service and products so we can see you returning through our door again and again. New owners Terry and Donna Jones welcome you to come in anytime and see all of the new additions and the continued traditions at Jack's Flowers and Gifts on the Square in Cordell.
All right, we get set for Cordell and Mangum in this first 2A regional bowl game. Mangum coming in with a record of 28-4. They finished at number 5 in the OSSA rankings, and these two teams have played once this year already. And Mangum was victorious in that ball game. We're looking through the they beat them 11-0 back on the 8th of April. So then they beat them again on the 12th of April in the Blair baseball tournament. Won that ball game 18-10. So a couple of teams that are familiar with one another. And the coin toss has been won by Mangum. They'll be the home team here this evening, or this afternoon actually. And so they will go defensively with, on the mound, Henry Lopez. His battery mate going to be Sean Booth at first base. You've got Brooks Cross. Luke Rogers is at second. Jet McAlexander will play third, and Colton Laughlin is the shortstop. In the outfield from left to right, Jalen Warner, Brett Perry, and Leighton Ketchum for this group from Mangum. And again, they come in 28-4 on the year. And, you know, except for that 3-game losing streak that they had on that 2-day period up and around Granite, I mean, it has been an outstanding season for these Mangum Tigers. Offensively, it'll be Kobe Rivera leading it off for Cordell. He'll be followed by Kobe Seltzer and then Brady Reimer. See, I told you as kids that you were going to know from basketball and football. The middle third of the lineup, Paxton Schweitzer, Rayden Keeney, and Drayton Maddox. And then the bottom third will be Dane Corbin, Ryan Neely, and James Ivy. So it's Rivera, Seltzer, and Reimer, Schweitzer, Keeney, and Maddox, Corbin, Neely, and Ivy. The batting lineup for the Blue Devils of Cordell under the direction of Bobby Blackburn, assistant coach Dylan Ball. And a tip of the cap to Coach Blackburn and his handwriting. Not often do we get lineups from coaches where we can just simply read those lineups very easily, don't have to guess at names. Coach Blackburn, great handwriting. Tip of the cap to you, sir. Something that's terribly important to us in the broadcast industry. By the way, our second bowl game will be between Amber Pocasset and Walters. They are the other two teams that are in this district. You win 3 games and you go to the state tournament. They'll play 4 here today and then a couple of more tomorrow, and if necessary, they'll play one on Saturday as well. And again, looking at that weather forecast, you wonder about tomorrow. There's an 80% chance of rain. I love Travis Reese, though. He was really positive. He said, you know, Barnes, he said that 80% is just during the noon hour. First pitch to Reimer is a strike, and we are underway. 0-1 on Rivera. I said Reimer. It's Colby Rivera leading it off. 0-1 on Rivera. Working quickly. The right-handed pitcher for the Tigers, since Henry Lopez. He'll throw a ball downstairs. 1-1 now. Got tickled. A lot of the adults nervous coming into this. 1-1 pitch on the way here. Fastball upstairs, and it's 2-1. And I heard Dana Wentz say that Mike hadn't slept or ate in 2 days. 2-1 pitch on the way here. Called strike. The count level at 2-2. Some of the other adults saying that they were extremely nervous as well. Henry, who we've known since he was knee-high to a grasshopper, said, I'm not nervous. 2-2 pitch on the way here from Lopez. Ticked foul back to the screen, and it'll stay 2-2. But again, early on, I like how quickly Henry is working. It just, guys that get on the mound and they take time, and your outfield falls asleep, your infielders lose focus. Get up there, get your sign, and go get them. 2-2 pitch on the way here from Lopez. Hit foul down the right field line, giving chase, but not enough room for Ketchum to go get the baseball. It'll stay 2-2. It's a good piece of hitting there by Rivera as he fought off a pretty good pitch. Breeze not as stiff as it was earlier today. It is blowing in from center field. Hey, man, how are you? 2-2 pitch on the way here. Lopez to Rivera. Swing and a miss. Boy, Colby was chewed up on that one. And there is one gone. So a good piece of pitching there by Lopez as he came back off speed. And Rivera was looking for the fastball and a half-hearted swing of the baseball. So one gone now for Kobe Seltzer. Seltzer, the shortstop this afternoon for the Blue Devils, takes one high and inside for a ball count 1-0. Wind blowing in from center field. It's, 3:10 down the line in left. 1-0 pitch upstairs for a ball, and it's 2-0. 295 to right, and the power alleys are deep. 372 to left center, 368 to right center. 2-0 pitch on the way to Seltzer. Down in the dirt, and count 3-0, and I won't ever say anything about umpires, balls, and strikes and whatnot, but come on, Blue, you got to hang in there. He's bailing out on the pitch. You got to hang in there, sir. You can't be. No, you got to stay in there, man. You're killing me. That's why you got all that equipment on. He was bailing out big time. It'll be interesting to watch that as the afternoon progresses. 3-0 pitch on the way here. Ball 4. Seltzer looking for a way to get on base any way he can. He'll take the 4-pitch walk and a runner aboard here in the first. That'll bring Brady Reimer to the plate. Reimer, a good athlete. And it'll be interesting to see if Coach Blackburn decides if he wants to bunt here or not. Dylan, can I take this stick out of the computer? Am I all right?
I think so.
Okay, good. No idea. Yeah. We'll find out if anything blows up. Pitch inside. That's 5 straight out of the zone. That's when we'll get away from Booth. And Reimer's ahead in the count 1-0, and Colby Seltzer is in scoring position with one gone on the wild pitch. Booth going to go out and have a conversation with Lopez. Settle him down a little bit. He looked good on that first batter, striking out Rivera on a 2-2 pitch, but simply couldn't find the strike zone against Seltzer, and then threw that one back to the screen. 1-0 pitch on the way here. Little ground ball towards short. Laughlin on the hop. Colton to first, and out number 2 going to be recorded. They thought about throwing behind as Seltzer as he made a big turn, but he'll scamper back into third base. So 2 gone now. Runner at third base here in inning number 1. Good job by Laughlin getting rid of that baseball quickly because Seltzer, or rather Reimer, runs extremely well. All right, first pitch on the way here to Paxton Schweitzer. Takes it for a strike, and it's 0-1. Big fella. Opportunity to help himself. He is on the bump here this afternoon for this group from Cordell. 0-1 pitch on the way here. Swing and a miss. Good curveball overhand, and it fooled Schweitzer. He was over the top of it, and the count now 0-2. So working ahead, working quickly with 2 gone to the 4th place hitter. 0-2 pitch. Curveball that stayed upstairs that time. And it'll stay 1-2. Wind at his back. And for a pitcher, that sometimes makes it tough to get as much movement on the baseball as you would like. 1-2 pitch on the way here. Over through the fastball as he came across his body. That'll level the count now at 2-2. Runner at third. 2 gone here in the top half of inning number 1. Glad you could join us here on Classic Hits 97.7. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss in the dirt. Picked up by Booth. He will flip it down to Cross at first base, and the inning will come to a close. So a good job of pitching around that walk by Henry Lopez as he gets a couple of strikeouts in the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. A runner left on base, and after a half inning of play, it's Cordell nothing. Mangum coming to bat on Classic Hits 97.7.
Blair Tire and Feed on the corner of Highway 283 and 19 is your certified Firestone tire dealer and also a proud supporter of the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers. When you need tires, we're specialty trained and equipped to take care of you. Lyle Shaw and his crew at Blair Tire and Feed wish the Tigers lots of luck in today's game. And always remember, play smart, play safe, play hard, and play with pride. And good luck from everyone at Blair Tire and Feed on the corner of Highway 283 and 19 in Blair, Oklahoma. For over 4 generations, the Willis family and staff have worked to develop their skills, and with improved technologies, they can assure you of a monument that will stand the test of time. Their award-winning designers, expert stonecutters, layout artists, sandblast sculptors, and installation crew are here to serve you. Visit them online at willisgranite.com. Willis Granite Products, with locations in Granite, Oklahoma City, and Stillwater.
Hey Blue Devil fans, I'm Mike Reimer with Mike's Meats in Cordell. I have a great selection of fresh cut steaks, roast, pork, and chicken, meat packs for every budget, and fresh ground beef every day. Bring your ice chest. The quality of meat and prices are worth the trip. I am a meat and more store. Besides excellent meat, we offer seasonings, kitchen gifts, and my beef jerky chips make a great snack. I'm located at 107 North Market Street, right across from the courthouse in Cordell.
Classic Hits 97.7, back for the bottom half of inning number 1 as Brad Gilbert's checking us out on Facebook Live. Also Brent Peeler, and got to say hi to Joel Travis Nippert checking us out as well. And before we get too much further, already Paxton is trying to fill me with stuff that isn't true. He wanted me to tell you that the Mangum Tigers are on the right end of your listening device, but they're not. The third base side is the left side of the infield. Well, he had me going for a moment. It was a good thing that the law enforcement officials were here. Otherwise, we could have had a brouhaha. All right, it'll be Brett Perry, Henry Lopez, and Sean Booth. Numbers 1, 2, and 3 due up in inning number 1 for Mangum. They'll be followed by Jet McAlexander, Jalen Warner, and Colton Laughlin. And the bottom third, Brooks Cross, Leighton Ketchum, and Luke Rogers. Paxton Schweitzer is set to go to work on the left-handed hitting Brett Perry. And there's a cold strike, and it's 0-1 on Brett. During the district tournament, we saw Perry hit one a ton to right field. 0-1 pitch away here from Schweitzer in the dirt, and the count leveled at 1-1. The wind just beat it down. I mean, he hit it, and it should have been somewhere near the highway. He hit it so far. Wind killed it, and on the warning track. Pitch in. He called that a ball? I tell you what, it's like a guy's dancing behind home plate. So 4 straight balls delivered to Perry. And Brett is aboard to lead off the ball game for Mangum. Paxton Schweitzer pitching for Cordell. His battery mate is Colby Rivera. Ryan Neely is at first, Drayton Maddox at second. The third baseman is Ray Keeney, and the shortstop Colby Seltzer. The outfield, Brady Reimer, Dane Corbin, and James Ivey from left to right. Henry Lopez taking all the way. He'll take a strike, and it's 0-1 on Henry. Lopez may be bunting here. Keeney thinks so at third. He's in on the grass. Perry runs well. Good lead over there for Brett. Here he goes. There's a ground ball towards short. It gets underneath the glove of Seltzer into center field. Perry off to third base. And it'll be interesting to see how they score that one. Ground ball up the middle. The shortstop was covering, and it could have been a bang-bang double play that Mangum ran into, but the ball got underneath the glove of Seltzer into center field. So runners at first and third, nobody out, and here's a great opportunity for Sean Booth. So Booth hitting with runners at first and third. There goes Lopez, and they will fake the throw down. Ball cut off by Schweitzer. But Brett wasn't going anywhere. You're in the first inning. You're not going to run yourself out of an inning. So a stolen base for Henry. Count 1-0 on Booth. Takes a pitch downstairs. 2-0 now on Sean. Jet McAlexander waiting in the on-deck circle. They said 1-1. There's a shot into the gap, left center field, and going to be caught. Good job by Corbin to get over there and get it. Tagging up at third is Perry, and Mangum is on the board. They lead it 1-0. Boy, Booth hit that ball hard, but we talked about the wind blowing in, and it held it up. Corbin got a great jump in center field, tracked it down, and made the catch. An RBI sacrifice fly there for Sean Booth, and Mangum on top, 1-0. First pitch swinging, McAlexander. Lazy fly ball to left. Reimer underneath it. He'll make the catch for out number 2. So Jet sitting on something there, but got underneath it and popped out to left field. 2 down now for Jalen Warner. Warner He just goes out and has fun. Talked about it before, but he just enjoys the game. It is a game. Go out and have some fun. 2 gone now. Lopez at second. Mangum with 1 across here. And a called strike to Jalen. And it's 0-1. Cool enough here this afternoon that the umpire in the field wearing gloves. 0-1 pitch. Popped up center field. Corbin took a step back. Now got to come in and make the catch for out number 3. But Mangum comes up with the first run of the ball game. The Tigers get 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors, that a runner left on board. We've played 1, Mangum 1, and Cordell nothing on Classic Hits 97.7.
Do you move to the sidelines when stocks are predicted to drop? Are you waiting for some of today's uncertainties to be resolved before you invest? Hi, I'm Phil Cleaver, your Cordell area Edward Jones financial advisor. The problem with trying to time the market is you miss some of the best days in the market. The truth is, attempting to time the market has historically reduced investor returns rather than raised them. A good financial advisor can set up a consistent and smart investing strategy. Contact me today at 580-832-1106. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
Bring hope and peace to a child. Young children of all ages need homes. Please consider opening your loving home to a child in need. Children deserve to grow up in a loving, caring family. We have the services and community connections that can help foster families succeed. Contact your local youth service agency at 580-726-3383 for more details. Abused and neglected children are Oklahoma's most vulnerable population. Help is needed now. Great Plains Youth and Family Services is a proud sponsor of today's broadcast.
And welcome back as we get ready for the top half of inning number 2. And the wife checking in. I had a guy that I used to work with a long time ago in radio, Tom Malloy. Tom, what a great salesperson he was. Great man. Tom retired, but we always enjoyed our time with Tom. And any time that his wife would call, he would say, uh-oh, got to take this call. It's from the War Department. He's a brave man to be able to say that. I would never be guilty of that. I'm not that dumb. I sleep too soundly at night, and she watches too many episodes of Wives with Knives. All right, here we go. It is the bottom half, or the top half of inning number. You guys think I'm kidding. Her TV is programmed to the Discovery ID channel. Let me just tell you that right now. It'll be Ray Keeney, Drayton Maddox, and Dane Corbin due up here in inning number 2 for Cordell. Mangum on top, 1-0. In on the grass over at third base, Chet McAlexander. Keeney, the third baseman for Cordell, takes a pitch upstairs for a ball, and it's 1-0. Dylan Fox telling me that he has some history with this home plate umpire back in the day when he was a catcher. 1-0 pitch, little ground ball, fielded by McAlexander. He'll set, fire, and throw for out number 1. Nice play there by Jet. Henry bounced off the mound quickly to try to get the baseball, but it got by him. McAlexander stayed with it, made the play, and made a strong throw for the first out of the inning. So there's 1 gone now for Drayton Maddox. Maddox, another one of those kids. It just seems like he's been around forever. Takes a pitch underneath the hands, and the count is 1-0 on Drayton. It seems like yesterday that we were opening up back in the days when we were doing Hobart basketball, and we were opening up the season, and it was the debut for Maddox, and Chad Fox was really looking forward to watching Maddox play basketball. Drayton swings and misses at this one, and it's 1-1 now on the second baseman from Cordell. 1-1 pitch all the way from Lopez. Downstairs for a ball, the count 2-1. I always pause, waiting on what the umpire is going to tell us. 2-1 pitch on the way. High and outside for ball 3, 3-1. So Henry, in that first inning, got a strikeout to begin the inning and then walked the next batter. And here, he's gone down the count 3-1 to Maddox with 1 gone. Ball upstairs, ball 4. So the second free pass served up here by Henry Lopez in as many innings. And that'll bring to the plate Dane Corbin. Brent Peeler, by the way, says, let's go Tigers. Hey, Brent, good to have you alongside, partner. So 1 on, 1 out here in the second. Mangum on top by a score of 1-0. Lopez got out of a jam in the first inning. See what he does here in inning number 2. cold strike. And the count 1-0. For those of you that are watching on the intranet, I hope that you're enjoying the home plate umpire. To say that he has histrionics would be, well, that would be an understatement. 0-1 pitch, little ground ball. Lopez bobbled it, lost it, picked it up, fires to first. Not in time, safe. Corbin at first base. Henry got caught that time. He thought he fielded the baseball, was looking to fire to second base, but it dropped out of his glove, and by the time he found it, scrambled and threw to first, Corbin runs well, and he is safe. So that'll be E1. Ryan Neely now will step to the plate, left-handed hitter. Runners at first and second, yet only one gone. Maddox is at second, Corbin at first. A little bit of sun peeking out here this afternoon. Temperature not going to warm up a whole bunch, though. Neely showing bunt. Takes it for a ball, and the count 1-0 on Ryan, the first baseman here for Cordell. So a base runner that was left stranded in inning number 1 by the Blue Devils, and runners at first and second here. That one's fouled back to the screen. In the count 1-1 now on Neely. As I said, that sun trying to peek through the clouds, but not really has enough oomph and energy to get it done, I don't think. 1-1 offering on the way here. Henry with the overhand curveball that had no 12-6 on it. It stayed upstairs the whole time, and the count now 2-1. And again, you have heard me talk about it. Guys who pitch will tell you about it. When the wind is at your back, you're not real happy about it because the ball will not dance nearly as much. There's one foul down the left side. It'll get out of play, and the count now 2-2. Pretty good piece of hitting there by Neely as he was able to slap at that one and knock it out of play. Ryan, one of those guys that you're going to have a hard time striking him out. He's got some excellent bat control. Showed that a couple of times already here early on. So Lopez needs to go out and get him right now with runners at first and second. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, and he did. Ball dropped. Booth will tag him, but first base was occupied with less than 2 outs, so not necessary. Neely gone on strikes. A good job there by Henry to come back and get the strikeout. That'll be his third strikeout in an inning and 2/3. And bring to the plate James Ivey, the 9th place hitter. So turning over the lineup here in the second inning is Cordell. Runners at first and second. 2 gone. And the 9th place hitter at the plate, he'll take it for a strike. Can count 0-1 on James Ivey. Ivey, the right fielder here this afternoon for Cordell. The home plate umpire is, I think it cost $5 to get in. Some folks may have paid to see him. Pitch inside for a ball. The count level at 1-1. I am told that Dudley Do-Right will be bringing the next Cordell baseball game to you from this tournament on 107 The Zone and on OKSports.tv. Pitch upstairs for ball, 2-1. The thing that remains to be seen is when that ball game will be played and against whom. 2-1 pitch on the way here. Downstairs for a ball, the count 3-1. Well, Lopez, you don't want to walk the 9th place hitter with 2 guys out and 2 guys on. Colby Rivera, the leadoff hitter in the on-deck circle. There's ball 4. So the third walk of the afternoon. Henry's got 3 strikeouts, but he's also got 3 walks, and that will load the bases. Over at third base, Maddox, Corbin at second, Ivey at first, and as we mentioned, back to the top we go, and Colby Rivera. Rivera struck out his first time around. Colby got fooled on a pitch that ate him up, and he took a half-hearted swing, and you want to be real careful right here. You can make a guy look bad his first time around. He's looking to get even with you. Bases loaded. Working from the windup is Lopez. And a pitch down in the dirt. Good job by Booth to stay out in front of it. And it's 1-0. That's the other thing. Bases loaded. Puts extra pressure on Booth behind the dish. 1-0 now on Rivera. I was a little surprised that Maddox didn't give more of a look at third base. He didn't come too far down the line. 1-0 pitch on the way here. Little ground ball towards the gap, and it's going to get underneath the glove of Laughlin, an infield single, and we're tied at 1. How about that? I mean, Rivera didn't hit that ball hard enough to break a pane of glass, but it was placed perfectly, first under the glove of McAlexander, and then Colton knocked it down. It dribbled away from him. If he fields it cleanly, it doesn't make any difference. They're not going to get anybody because the ball was just so slowly hit. So we're tied at 1, and the bases are still loaded. Pitch upstairs to Seltzer in the count 1-0. Kobe walked his first time around, was left stranded over at third base. But again, you see the effects of walking people and what it does to you. 1-0 pitch upstairs, ball 2. Yeah, and I was just about ready to say Booth needs to go out and settle down Henry, because you can tell by Lopez's body language he is frustrated, to say the least. I mean, you look at the inning, you've got, 2 walks in the frame, a hit batter, and an infield single, and you're tied at 1. So Booth try to refocus his pitcher. Shondown comes back to work. 2-0 count on Seltzer, bases loaded, and 2 gone here in inning number 2. Lopez in on the hands of Kobe. He'll foul it out of play on the right side, and that'll run the count to 2-1. Well, you like that. Your catcher goes out and takes charge, and the pitcher responds by throwing a good pitch that's fouled out of play. Working from that full windup still is Henry. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good curveball there. And that'll level the count at 2-2. So Lopez a pitch away from getting out of the inning with no further damage. Tied at 1. 2-2 offering. And that bounced out in front of home plate. That'll run the count full 3-2. And now the merry-go-round will get underway. Corbin is at third. Ivy at second. Rivera at first. They all run well. Seltzer can get up and down, too, from the plate. Little ground ball towards third. McAlexander makes the play, touches the bag in one motion, and the force play is there. Wow. That is a bang-bang play that could have gone one way or the other. And for the Mangum Tigers, it went their way and ended the inning. Wow. After, let's see. Cordell comes up with 1 run in the frame, 1 run on 1 hit. There were 2 walks, a hit batter, and the bases left loaded. At the end of an inning and a half, Mangum 1, Cordell 1. Classic Hits 97.7.
333 Dental Care in Mangum is the dental practice of Dr. Dustin Lively. His experience, skill, and compassion go hand in hand when providing exceptional, up-to-date patient care. Dr. Lively and his team of professionals are proud to help you with the best dental care possible, along with preventive care that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. Call 580-782-2552 or visit the team at 333 Dental Care. They support the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Jamie's Auto Sales in Mangum specializes in reliable used vehicles. Here are a couple of examples of what's on the lot right now. Chrysler Town & Country Touring Edition, fully loaded, or this 2013 Kia Soul Black with ebony cloth interior, automatic, power windows, locks, cruise, CD, great AC, 95,000 miles, only $69.50. Jamie Turner is serving your automobile experience. Stop by and see him at 129 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. Get to Jamie's Auto Sales.
Greer County Farm Bureau agents Mickey Lively and Steve Martin support high school sports. Mickey and Steve offer insurance for property, casualty, life, commercial, and crop insurance. They're at 231 North Oklahoma in Mangum. Phone 580-782-3827.
Off to the bottom of the second we go. Mangum and Cordell tied at a run apiece. It'll be Colton Laughlin, Brooks Cross, and then Leighton Ketchum due up for the Tigers in their half of inning number 2. And let me say this about that. Before we go any further, I talked about Dylan Fox and saying back in the day, as he pointed out accurately, he actually should still be playing, but he graduated a year early so he could be a grown-up. That's his fault, not mine. Laughlin swinging a miss, and Colton down in the count 0-1. And Cordell, a bunch you don't want to give them a chance to get on top of you. 0-1 offering on the way here to Laughlin. Colton fouls this one on the right side. Let's see if the park will hold it. Giving chase is Neely. He runs out of room, and it's 0-2. Saw the effects of the wind there. I think Ryan looked up at first, thought he was going to be able to make that catch in foul territory, but the wind blowing in from center towards the first base side and just simply push that one out of play. So Schweitzer ahead in the count, 0-2. Pitch on the way from Paxton. Inside for ball, count 1-2. To say it is a cool afternoon would be a drastic understatement. I got 2 of the Nike golf jackets on, along with the Nike golf shirt. I don't know that I'm warm enough. There's a shot into left field going back. Reimer still going back. He reaches up and makes the play on the warning track. Oh, what a catch by Brady Reimer. Boy, Colton Laughlin put a charge into it, but Reimer able to chase it down in deep left field for out number 1. So Mangum is, you look at the last 3 outs, and they're getting some lift and separation on the baseball. By the way, for those of you old enough to remember the commercials with Jane Russell, you know what I'm talking about there. But they're getting the ball airborne, and that time it was well hit, but a nice play by Reimer. Cold strike, cross, down in the count, or swing and a miss, and it's 0-1 on Brooks. And again, I don't mean to be critical of the home plate umpire, but he is ducking his head and is out of the frame. How can he tell what it is? Cross hits one high and deep to left field. Reimer going back, battling the wind, circles around it, makes a play for out number 2. I tell you what, if it were not blowing the wind in from center field, Mangum would have at least 3 home runs on the board already. That ball hit hard, but again, just a long, noisy out for Reimer out in left field. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Leighton Ketchum. So Schweitzer, who throws hard, supplies some power for you. Mangum getting good hacks, but the wind just knocking the baseball down. Here's a cold strike on Ketchum to count 0-1. Tied at 1 here, the bottom half of inning number 2. 0-1 pitch on the way to Leighton. Back to the screen, had a good cut. It's 0-2. You guys didn't turn 18 yet, did you?
No, I just turned 18.
You did turn 18, didn't you? Okay. I asked him the questions like he had to remember. Good Lord, son. There's a ground ball foul on the third base side. It'll stay at 0-2. Casey Paxton with a line that he has taken from the Michael of the Morning Show, talking about what motivates you to get up and get after it every day. 0-2 pitch on the way here. Half swing, strike 3, and the inning is over. We'll have to get to that answer later on. I believe that's called a cliffhanger. 3 up, 3 down. Mangum goes quietly in inning number 2. We're tied at 1. Back after this in Classic Hits 97.7.
When your doctor prescribes, get that prescription filled at Evetts Drug in Cordell. Professional, courteous service every time. And friends, you're more than just a customer to Jimmy Evetts and staff. You are a friend. Evetts Drug has a great selection of gift ideas, including many OU and OSU items, perfume and lots of fragrances, jewelry, and a whole lot more. Greeting cards, a great selection, and at the best price anywhere. Great folks to do business with. That would be Jimmy Evetts and staff at Evetts Drug in Cordell. Come see us.
What does it mean to be a Mangum Tiger, you ask? Well, we are one town, one school, and one family. We may be a small town, but we have big dreams and a bright future ahead of us. This is Lori Laughlin from Stockman's Bank, member FDIC, and we are so proud to support the Mangum Tigers.
Triad Home Health in Mangum is locally owned and offers nursing, physical therapy, occupational, wound care, IV therapy, and more. All administered by people who go above and beyond for you. Phone Triad Home Health today at 580-782-5800. That's 782-5800.
Top of the third now. Mangum and Cordell tied at 1 apiece. And it'll be the middle third for the Blue Devils. Brady Reimer, Paxton Schweitzer, and Ray Keeney due up here in inning number 3 for the Blue Devils. Again, you've got to win 3 to advance to the state tournament. By the way, Brad Gilbert tells us that the home plate umpire is Ronnie Bowen. He's a Lawton Ike graduate and played at Western. He pitched at Cameron. Brad says by watching, he's able to recognize, and I'm quoting now, I'm not going to take responsibility for this. I'm quoting Brad Gilbert. I can recognize his quirks a mile away. He is a savvy baseball mind. All right, thank you for the update, Brad. We appreciate that. Now we know more than we did. We didn't even have to go to Wikipedia for that. We just got Brad Gilbert on the call. I like that. That's good stuff. So the top half of inning number 3 underway. First pitch swinging and popping it up is Reimer. And, boy, look at Sean Booth slam into the fence trying to make that play as the ball just out of his reach for a strike, and it's 0-1. Sean thought it was football season, and then there was a wide receiver coming across the middle that he was going to undress. I mean, he just absolutely tattooed the fence, and I think the fence got the worst of it. Like the effort there. Joe Everhart asking what the score is. 1-1, Joe. Joe listening in over in Lusty today. Good to have you alongside. 0-1 pitch on the way here. Henry let go of that late for a ball. 1-1. Reimer grounded to short his first time around. He's 0 for 1. Called strike. And the count 1-2. Now Casey is giving the strike sign up here as well. Ronnie Bowen, our home plate umpire. 1-2 pitch on the way here. Good job there by Lopez. Pulled the string. And Reimer way out in front. That is the fourth strikeout of the afternoon for Henry Lopez. One gone here in inning number 3 for Cordell. And Paxton Schweitzer will step in. Schweitzer, the pitcher, he struck out his first time around, 0 for 1. Paxton, just big, strong, athletic kid. Fun to watch. He took a hack there. And a count 0-1 on Paxton. Always easy to coach from the stands. Somebody telling him to pick it up out of his hand. 0-1 pitch on the way here. Whacked foul, and that'll play on the right side. The count 0-2. That's the thing that as you get older, you forget how difficult sports is. And they will tell you that one of the hardest things to do in all of sports is to hit a baseball. 0-2 pitch on the way here. There's a shot right back up the middle. That'll be a base hit, so Schweitzer got the ball out of the hand and smacked a single into center field. Packs to the board for Ray Keeney. But, seriously, you sit and you watch from the stands, or you sit in your TV at home, watch on TV, you got the big screen and the HD and everything. It just looks so easy and so slow. But I promise you, if I put a helmet on you and gave you a bat, I said, go up there and take a couple of hacks and see how it goes. It's probably not as easy as what you think. First pitch to Keeney, taken for a strike. And it's 0-1 on Ray. He grounded to third his first time around, is 0 for 1. So Cordell has had base runners in each of the first 3 innings. Runner at first here with one gone. Schweitzer, big lead over there at first base. Pitch on the way inside. And the count level at 1-1 on Keeney. Surprised they don't have a courtesy runner for Paxton. He and Brooks Cross having a conversation over at first base. 1-1 pitch on the way here. Fouled, out of play on the right side. The count 1-2. Brooks and Paxton went after one another more than once during the high school basketball season. Paxton, like I say, he's just a big physical kid. He likes to get after it. 1-2 pitch, there he goes. Pitch in the dirt, gets away from Booth, and Schweitzer's at second base. Paxton a huge lead, and then when the ball was in the dirt and it squirted away from Sean Booth, that's an easy advancement there. So a pass ball, or actually wild pitch. Puts a runner in scoring position here in inning number 3. So Cordell has had scoring opportunities in each of the first 3 frames. There's a little nubber down the right side. It'll roll foul, and the count will stay at 2-2. Good job by Keeney to at least get in the way of Henry to keep him from fielding the ball. If it stayed fair, he probably would have beat that out for an infield single. Lisa Wilson and Jennifer Reisner say, let's go Tigers, as they're watching on Facebook Live and OKSports.tv. 2-2 offering on the way here. A little ground ball again out in front of home plate, and Henry won't be able to field it cleanly. It'll be an infield single. Keeney's at first. And over at third base goes Paxton Schweitzer. Here's Drayton Maddox. Maddox walked and scored the only run of the ball game for Cordell. So not a whole lot Henry could do there. That was nubbed off a home plate. He was going to have to barehanded and fire to first to make the play. And when he didn't come up with it cleanly, easily save at first base, Keeney. So Schweitzer with that wide open stance. There goes the runner, and stealing second base on defensive indifference is Keeney. He's in scoring position. with only one going. So Maddox now a chance to drive home a couple here with one out in the third. Pitch downstairs, and good job by Booth to stay in there. Count 1-1. And again, you talk about playing to your elements and everything else. Mangum has hit the ball hard and has only one run to show for it. Cordell gets Paxton hit the ball hard. We'll give Schweitzer credit. He hit the ball hard, but other than Paxton's hit, the ball hadn't been hit hard enough to break a pane of glass by Cordell, but yet they're a hit away from taking a 3-1 lead. Maddox late on that one, fouls it on the right side to count 2-2 on Drayton. Over at third base, Paxton, Schweitzer. Ray Keeney out at second. One gone here in inning number 3, and we're tied at 1. 2-2 offering on the way. Lopez to Maddox, gets back to the screen, and that goes all the way up the screen, and Schweitzer will score standing up. So another wild pitch results in a run, and Cordell leads for the first time this afternoon, 2-1. And we'll get Mike Wendt to come out of the dugout as well. Taking third on the play was Keeney. And pitching change going to be made. Mike had made up his mind if Henry didn't get the out that he was going to make the pitching change, and so we've got that pitching change being made. Pitching change being made. We'll tell you about the lineup changes when we come back. It's now a 2-1 ball game. Cordell in front of Mangum here on Classic Hits 97.7.
Do you want a bank who's working for your best interest? Sure you do. That's why you want Bank of Cordell for your bank. That's right, 21st century banking at its best. The Bank of Cordell has been providing quality banking service since 1902 and is the oldest state bank in Ouachita County. Sounds like a lot of experience to me. So for experience in banking, state-of-the-art account management services, and quality personal service, visit the folks at Bank of Cordell, member FDIC.
Go Big Blue!
High Plains Bank, located at 200 North College Street in Cordell, is the place to handle all of your banking needs. We offer competitive rates on mortgages, vehicle, commercial, and ag loans, along with friendly customer service. At High Plains Bank, we always have a cup of hot coffee or a cold drink waiting for you. High Plains Bank, community-driven and a proud supporter of the Cordell Blue Devils, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Well, we've got a moment, and we do, as a pitching change being made. Let's wish the best of luck today from all of us to Megan Brown, who is from Cordell. And Megan entered at day number 2 of the 2A state golf tournament, 2 strokes off the lead as they are playing at Aqua Canyon over in Guthrie. The Burns-Flatdale City team was at number 5 in the team standings as that tournament got underway today. So best of luck to those golfers. Somehow yesterday they were able to get in the 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, and 6A golf tournaments for the girls. I don't know how, but they did at all the sites. It was kind of amazing. All right, pitching change made now. We'll find Hunter Laughlin on the Colton Laughlin on the mound. Deja vu all over again. Colton Laughlin on the mound now for the Tigers. Henry will go over to third base. Jet McAlexander now at shortstop. Tough thing here for Colton is he will inherit a batter, Drayton Maddox, with a 3-2 count and a runner at third base. One gone in the inning. Pitch on the way, Laughlin. That one's fouled out of play on the right side, and it'll stay full at 3-2. If you're scoring along at home, or like Keith Oberman and by yourself, however this sequence turns out here, will depend on whether the numbers go against Colton or they go against Lopez. Ground ball to second base, fielded by Rogers. It'll allow the run to score from third. Maddox is retired on the fielder's choice, but he does get an RBI on the play. And it's a 3-1 ball game. Keeney jogging home from third base on the ground ball, fielder's choice. So Dane Corbin will bat with the bases empty here in inning number 3, and a 3-1 lead for Cordell. First pitch on the way to Corbin. Fastball under the hands, and it's 0-1. Dane reached on an error his first time around. He's 0 for 1. So the run charged to Lopez on the ground out. Fastball a little bit inside for a ball. And the count now 2-0 on Corbin. 2-0 pitch. Cold strike, and it's 2-1. Mangum, as we mentioned, had beaten this Cordell team twice, 11-0 and 18-10. Trail here, 3-1. 2-1 pitch. Little ground ball towards third. Lopez has to wait on it. Fields and throws to first. In time to get the speedy Dane Corbin by a step. But Cordell takes the lead. The Blue Devils come up with a couple of runs on 2 hits. There were no errors. Nobody left on board. At the end of 2.5, it is Cordell 3, Mangum 1. We're Classic Hits 97.7.
Hi, this is Terry Jones at Sunshine Cafe in Cordell. Don and I just wanted to thank all of our customers for their business and support over the years. We so enjoy seeing you come through our doors, and we love serving you good food every day. If you haven't eaten at the Sunshine Cafe in Cordell, come see us. There's nothing like a little sunshine in the morning for lunch and for dinner. We'll warm up your day at the Sunshine Cafe on the square in Cordell.
Travis Septic Tank Service can handle everything related to septic tank maintenance and cleaning, including commercial applications. Call Travis Septic Tank Services at 580-782-2384. That's 782-2384. Travis says, go Mangum Tigers. Folks in Mangum know what to do when they need to quench a thirst, curb a hunger attack, or cool down with an ice cream. They just make the Loop at 918 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. The Loop, supporting the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
The Mangum Star News has been serving southwest Oklahoma since 1887. No wonder when folks want to know what's happening, they grab the Mangum Star News. Today, the paper is just as proud as ever to serve you online, in your mailbox, or at a store near you. The Mangum Star News.
All right, Mangum now going to have to work from behind here as they trail 3-1 in inning number 3. And it'll be Luke Rogers, Brett Perry, and Henry Lopez due up for the Tigers in their half of the third. That's numbers 9, 1, and 2 in the lineup. Amber Pocasset arriving. They will play next and do battle with Walters. First pitch taken for a strike. Rogers down in the count 0-1. Luke playing second base here this afternoon for the Tigers. They scored the first run of the ball game. Brett Perry, it looked like they were going to score a bunch, and they've been quiet ever since, going in order, in fact, in inning number 2. Rogers late on that one, fouls it back behind the screen, and the count on Luke now 0-2. 0-2 pitch on the way from Paxton. Swing and a miss. Rogers out in front of a curveball. He's gone on strikes. 1 up, 1 down here. That's 4 in a row, 5 in a row, 6 in a row. Set 7 in a row, set down by Schweitzer. He got the last 3 outs of inning number 1 on 3 fly balls, and then got 3 in a row in the second, and picks up another one here in inning number 3. Perry takes a strike, and it's 0-1 on Brett. He walked on 4 straight pitches his first time around. All 1 pitch on the way to Brett. Perry had a notion, laid off of it, took it for a ball, and the count level at 1-1. When continuing to blow in from center field and push towards the right field corner as well. Perry off the fist, little roller to second. Maddox will field, set, throw, and it gets by the first baseman. And now Brett going to wind up at second base. He ran into the field umpire, and it slowed him down and give Brett Perry. He just shoved him out of the way, and that's what you've got to do. So that'll be E4. I don't know that Mannix needed to hurry that throw quite that much. And threw it by his first baseman, Ryan Neely. So a runner in scoring position now for the Tigers. Lopez looks at one downstairs for a ball. And the count on Henry is 1-0. Lopez singled and stole a base, was left stranded back in inning number 1. Perry out at second, 1 gone. Henry, little nubber into shallow left field, going out to make the catch for out number 2 is Colby Seltzer. That was off the end of the bat, and it just kind of fluttered, and then the wind knocked it down, and Seltzer was able to make the catch for out number 2. So here's Sean Booth. Booth hit the ball hard his first time around. Dane Corbin made a nice play in left center field to make the catch. It did allow Perry to score from third on a sacrifice fly. Brett at second now. Booth takes outside for a ball, and the count 1-0. Sean has been scalding the baseball the last 6 weeks. Head in the count here, 1-0. Schweitzer's pitch, lifted high and out of play on the right side. The count 1-1 on Sean. So a runner out at second base in Brett Perry, who runs well. Mangum down 3-1 as we play here in the bottom half of inning number 3. Want to stay on that winner's half of the bracket. Don't want to have to try to come back through the loser's bracket. Good job by Booth to lay off that pitch. And we'll run the count to 2-1 on Sean. Jet McAlexander waiting in the on-deck circle. He will probably be the pitcher in game number 2 for the Tigers. Ground ball towards short. Seltzer will field, throw, and not in time, and a good job of hustling all the way around the base pass. Brett Perry as he will score. And how about Sean Booth? Booth, big, strong, physical kid, not known for blazing speed, but he came out of the box hard, ran all the way down to first base without looking. And Seltzer took his time at short, and Sean beat it out for an infield single and an RBI. So Mangum able to convert on a couple of mental errors by Cordell in their half of the inning. And the Tigers back to within 1. Here's McAlexander. Jet hit the ball hard to left field his first time around, but again, a ball that was killed by the wind. Bats here in the 3rd, takes a pitch outside for ball, and the count 1-0 on McAlexander. Scott, the courtesy runner over at first base now for Booth. There's a called strike on McAlexander, and the count level at 1-1 on Jet. We play here in the bottom half of inning number 3. Cordell leading Mangum 3-2. 1-1 pitch on the way to McAlexander. Jet rolls with into left field for a base hit. Good piece of hitting there by McAlexander. He just rolled the wrist and got himself a solid single into left field for a base hit. So runners at first and second now for Mangum. And here comes Jalen Warner. Warner flying out to center field his first time around. He's 0 for 1. Warner hit one that had that backspin on it, and it just kind of went up the old elevator shaft and hung out there for Corbin to catch. Ground ball, Seltzer at short. Colby will flip to second. Maddox covers, and the inning will come to an end. But Mangum does get one back. The Tigers score 1 run on a pair of hits. There was an error, and a couple of runners left on board. We played 3. Mangum 3 and Cordell 3. Mangum 2 on Classic Hits 97.7.
Amanda Weaver from Mangum is now the manager at Courtsview Meat Company in Altus. Gary and Letitia Stockton and Amanda are proud to sponsor Hobart Bearcat and Mangum Tiger radio broadcasts. Listen when you're enjoying ball this fall. Stack up on the best ribeye steaks money can buy from Courtsview. Also ribs, jerky, smoked sausage, hams, and a lot more. And of course, they do custom slaughtering. If you're grilling, roasting, baking, or slicing, you can't go wrong with Courtsview Meat Company, 800 South Veterans Drive in Altus, phone 580-477-1390.
The Castle Insurance Agency of Mangum is celebrating 80 years in business and 4 decades of Mangum Tiger and Lady Tiger graduates. The Castle Insurance Agency has had and will continue to have a long-term commitment to support Mangum students on the field and off the field. For auto, home, farm, bonds, crop, oil field, or commercial insurance, please call or stop by the Castle Insurance Agency, 122 South Pennsylvania in Mangum. Call 782-3049. That's 782-3049. The Castle Insurance Agency of Mangum.
Mangum Oil and Gas at 1306 North Lewis Tittle offers so many services. From fuel at the C-store to the self-serve car wash, getting propane bottles filled or propane delivered to the home and farm, even U-Haul services. It's no wonder so many folks head to Mangum Oil and Gas, where they say, go Tigers.
All right, we go to the top of the 4th inning now, and it's a 3-2 ball game. Cordell in front of Mangum in the opening round of the 2A tournament, the regional tournament here on Classic Hits 97.7. So due up here in inning number 4 for the Blue Devils, it'll be Ryan Neely, James Ivey, and Colby Rivera. That is 8, 9, and 1 in your scorebook. Colton Laughlin now on the bump for the Tigers. As we get set for the 4th inning of play, Cordell 1 in the 2nd, and they scored 2 more in the 3rd. And except for Paxton Schweitzer, nobody's really hit the baseball hard here this afternoon for the Blue Devils, but taking advantage of what they have been given. Neely, who's 0 for 1, striking out in inning number 2, takes a strike here, and it's 0-1. Way out in front of that one. Good off-speed pitch there by Colton as he pulled the string, and it's 0-2. 0-2 pitch on the way here. Curveball, strike three. He got the outer half of the plate. And that'll be the first strikeout of the ball game for Colton Laughlin. He says, Ryan Neely, may I help you? And Neely says, no thanks, just looking. So 1 up, 1 gone here in inning number 4 for Cordell. James Ivey walked his first time around and was left stranded at second base. Takes a pitch upstairs for a ball. 1-0 on Ivey. 1-0 pitch. There's a called strike and a count 1-1. And again, I talked about Lopez doing it, but I like Colton. He's getting the sign from Booth and going to work. There's not a lot of dilly-dally going on. 1-1 pitch. Line shot towards second. Rogers there to make the catch for out number 2. And one kind of cued off the end of the bat. Soft line drive that Luke stayed right with for out number 2. Back to the top of the order, though, we go. Colby Rivera. Rivera 1 for 2. He struck out in the first, singled and drove in a run in inning number 2. Takes outside for a ball, and the count 1-0. Mangum looking to stop Cordell in 1-2-3 fashion for the first time this afternoon. 1-0 pitch, swing and miss. Will make the count level at 1. Amber Poquet and Walters coming up next. The loser will play the loser of that ball game, and obviously the winner will play the winner. Oh, that curveball snapped off nicely there. And Laughlin ahead in the count, 1-2. 1-2 pitch on the way. Fouled out of play. It'll stay 1-2. Casey's old enough to remember it, but the youngster Dylan, they used to talk about pitchers twirling a 4-hitter or 5-hitter. 1-2 pitch, looping line drive, shallow right field. Luke Rogers goes out, makes the catch for out number 3. And a 1-2-3 inning twirled there by Mr. Laughlin. Nothing doing for Cordell in their half of the 4th. They go up 1-2-3. I'll go to the bottom half of the frame. Blue Devils on top of the Tigers 3-2 on Classic Hits 97.7.
Brown Ford in Cordell is now Wheeler Ford. Expect the same great service and selection you've always had from Brown Ford, now Wheeler Ford. Casey Horn and Tom Machunsky want to sell you a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV. They have a great selection, pre-owned and new Fords. If we don't have what you want, we'll find it. Your small-town dealer is now Wheeler Ford in Cordell. Country dealer, country prices. That's Wheeler Ford in Cordell. Let us make you a real deal real soon. At Corn Heritage Village, we're leading the way in patient care every day, every shift, all year round. We have rooms available right now for your loved ones. Care options include skilled nursing care, long-term care, Alzheimer's, dementia, and a whole lot more. We're a nonprofit facility since 1948. Experience the nonprofit difference. When you need us, we're here. Quality care from a staff that really does care. For more information, call Stephanie, 580-302-4554, 302-4554, Corn Heritage Village in Corn and Weatherford, communities of care.
Farmers and ranchers need feed or supplies? 4E Feed and Supply in Mangum is farm-owned, so they understand your needs for the farm and ranch. They feature bulk feeds for pickup or they'll deliver. Great brands coupled with fast, friendly service. They have gates and panels, vet supplies, and show feeds too. 4E Feed and Supply supports Greer County school sports and ag activities. 425 East Lincoln in Mangum.
All right, here we go. Bottom of the 4th inning now. Mangum and Cordell in a good one on a Thursday afternoon. Blue Devils in front of the Tigers 3-2. It'll be Colton Laughlin, Brooks Cross, and Leighton Ketchum here in inning number 4. Colton lined out to left his first time around. He's 0 for 1. Hits this one high in the air on the infield. Calling for it is the shortstop, Colby Seltzer, battling the wind, and he'll make the play right behind the pitcher's mound for out number 1. Good job by Seltzer to take control in the middle of the infield, make the catch for the out. So 1 gone now for Brooks Cross. Cross hit one hard to left field his first time around, but he's 0 for 1. Paxton Schweitzer still on the mound for Cordell. Strike 1 going to be delivered to Cross. Brooks down in the count 0-1. 0-1 pitch on the way here. High and tight. The count level at 1-1. 1-1 offering on the way from Schweitzer. Took something off of it. high and out of the zone, 2-1. A couple of milestones this past week in Major League Baseball. Albert Pujols, 2-1 pitch. Cold strike, and it's 2-2. And CC Sabathia, a couple of horses that have been around for a long time. Sabathia, his 3,000th career strikeout. 2-2 pitch on the way here. Off the fist foul. He'll stay 2-2 on cross. And he joins two guys that are left-handers that had 3,000 strikeouts in their career. Randy Johnson, Steve Carlton. That's the list. And then Pujols, I think, went into, second place in the all-time list for RBI? Swing and a miss. Boy, Schweitzer had Brooks all confused on that one. Off speed. Brooks was out in front. He's gone on strikes. 2 up, 2 down now for Leighton Ketchum. Ketchum 0 for 1 in the ball game. He struck out to end inning number 2. There was a stretch where Albert Pujols was, some people have said Babe Ruth-like. Ketchum upstairs, 1-0 on Leighton. At a 10-year stretch for the Cardinals that Albert Pujols was just unbelievable. 1-0 pitch, cold strike, and the count level at 1-1. Signed a big contract with the Angels a few years back, and has been beset by injuries ever since, and his numbers have dropped off dramatically. Ketchum pops this one up on the infield. It will drift into foul territory and get out of play. And the count on Leighton now 1-2. I pay extra on our satellite so I can watch the Kansas City Royals, and recently the Angels were playing Kansas City. Got a chance to see Pujols play, and Mike Trout as well. How much fun is he to watch, huh? 1-2 pitch on the way here to Ketchum. Boy, the home plate umpire thought about punching him out, but instead called it a ball downstairs, 2-2. Luke Rogers waits on deck. Mangum trailing 3-2 here in the bottom half of inning number 4. Schweitzer that time coming across the body. Threw that one outside for a ball. And the count full now on at 3-2. Boy, Mangum would love to turn the lineup over here. 3-2 pitch. Line shot into left field. That'll get down for a base hit. Good job by Ketchum to stay on that one all the way and rip it into left field for a 2-out single. So the Tigers will turn the lineup over. Luke Rogers now will step in. Rogers 0 for 1. He struck out his first time around. Now I'm going to take a peek over there at Keeney at third base, and I tell you what, Luke runs well. I don't know that I wouldn't try to drop a bunt down right about now. Ketchum, short lead over at first. Pitch to Rogers. Outside for a ball. The count 1-0. Again, if Luke can get something towards the inner half of the plate, just dump a little bunt here on this third base side, it's an easy base hit. He'll roll it on the ground to Seltzer at short. Colby will flip to second. Schweitzer is there for out number 3, and the inning will come to a close. So Mangum comes up empty in their half of the 4th. No runs. There was a hit, no errors, and a runner left on board. We have played for. And it's Cordell 3, Mangum 2 on Classic Hits 97.7.
At Great Plains Bank, we're in the business of making your life easier, and we understand how tough it can be to strike the right balance between security and opportunity when rates are on the rise. With our new variable rate CD tied to Wall Street Journal Prime, you can have the best of both worlds. You get the security of a CD without the stress of worrying about market timing. And with rate floors, you get the upside without the risk. Stop by one of our locations or visit us at gpbankok.com. Great Plains Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Everyone wants to be on a winning team. That's why Great Plains Bank is a proud supporter of the Tigers. No matter what life may throw at you, Great Plains Bank has the play drawn up, and we're ready to go into overtime to win your business. What makes Great Plains Bank different is that we will make the extra push to get you to the goal line. When it comes to your family's finances, every play counts. So pick a teammate you can trust. We want you on our team, because with customers like you, we are greater together. Great Plains Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Top of the 5th about to unfold here on Classic Hits 97.7. Mangum and Cordell in a good one, 3-2. It is a 1-run lead for Cordell, and the Blue Devils will send to the plate numbers 2, 3, and 4. That's Kobe Seltzer, Brady Reimer, and Paxton Schweitzer due up for the Blue Devils here on a cloudy and cool Thursday afternoon. Some might say it's cold. I might be one of those that would say that. First pitch all the way here. That's ticked foul and off the helmet of Sean Booth, and it doesn't even faze him. 0-1. I mean, if I had something like that rattling around off my coconut, I'd be like those cartoons. Yikes. Man may have gotten the home plate umpire a little bit, too. It took a funny bounce off of Booth's helmet. I think it did get the home plate umpire a little bit as well. Pitch upstairs. That'll make the count 1-1. Yeah, it got him. He's still trying to shake that one off. 1-1 pitch here. Lifted foul and out of play. And the count now 1-2 on Seltzer, the leadoff hitter in inning number 5. Some editorial comments in the booth there. We like that. Need to give him a microphone. Oh, he's got one. 1-2 pitch on the way here. Curveball that broke late, but not enough. And that'll level the count at 2-2. Top half of inning number 5. And Colton now is running the count full at 3-2, and makes it tough on a home plate umpire. You throw inside one and then outside the next. You're not going to get a call. 3-2 pitch, foul out of play on the right side. It'll stay full at 3-2. Great crowd here this afternoon for this opening round ball game. You look down to the third base side and you see that Amber Pocasset has traveled well here this afternoon to Mangum too. 3-2 pitch. Again, spoiled by Seltzer. And it'll stay 3-2. Kobe on the afternoon is 0 for 1 officially. He walked and was left stranded at third, and you'll remember he grounded into that unassisted play at third base by Henry Lopez that ended inning number 2 on a bang-bang play. Curveball, strike 3. Yeah, Kobe Seltzer was fooled big time, and he was hoping the umpire would be fooled as well. He was ready to jog down to third base, and home plate umpire said, "Not so fast, my friend. Come on back here. That's strike 3." So now Brady Reimer will step in. Reimer 0 for 2. He is grounded out and struck out. By the way, that strikeout there, the second of the afternoon for Laughlin, both of the backwards K variety. This one's fouled out of play, 0-1 on Reimer. I have yet to have anybody explain to me, and I guess I could probably Google it, why we put it down as a backwards K when you don't swing. Other than I know it signifies that you were caught looking. Speaking of which, that fastball right on by Reimer for 0-2. And I may have answered my own question. I guess you put it in the book as a backwards K so you know that it was caught looking. 0-2 pitch here. Swing and a miss. And Reimer, oh boy, he was tied up big time on that one. So back-to-back strikeouts to begin inning number 5 for Colton Laughlin. 2 up, 2 down. And here's Paxton Schweitzer. Schweitzer struck out to end inning number 1. He has also singled and scored a run as well. So Schweitzer hitting with the bases empty here in the 5th, and his club up by 1, 3-2. Curveball. Right now, Laughlin's in a groove. He has got the arm slot and the grip on the baseball exactly where he wants it, and that curveball is snapping off big time. That one a little bit low. He kind of looked in the dugout with a sheepish grin on his face and thought, that was really a good pitch there if it had been a little bit higher. Schweitzer laid off of it, though. The count 1-1 on Paxton. Schweitzer trying to help his own cause here in the 5th. Lines a shot right at shortstop, and staying with it all the way is Chet McAlexander for out number 3. So an easy inning for Colton here in the 5th. 3 up, 3 down, nothing doing for Cordell in their half of the frame. They lead at 3-2. We are Classic Hits, 97.7.
For top-notch heating and air conditioning service and installation, you can rely on Payne's Heating and Air, serving Southwest Oklahoma and North Texas from their headquarters in Mangum, Oklahoma. With years of experience and hundreds of satisfied customers, call Payne's Heating and Air Conditioning at 799-5130, 799-5130. Buy your Mangum Tiger Spirit clothing from locally owned CJ's Tiger Specialty Shop, where you'll find the best selection, quality, and the lowest prices. Greer County items, too. They'll design something especially for your group. CJ's is your one-stop Mangum School Spirit Shop, 1 block south of the high school, Mangum, Oklahoma. The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night, or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there.
Here we go, bottom of the 5th inning now. Mangum with the top of the order due up in their half of the frame. It'll be Brett Perry, Henry Lopez, and Sean Booth. Cordell on top 3-2 in this opening round ball game of the 2A Regional here in Mangum. Mangum scored first. Brett Perry got the first run of the ball game. And then one in the second, two more for Cordell in the third. Mangum countered with one of their own in the third, and that's where we are, 3-2. So Perry, who has scored both of the runs here this afternoon for Mangum, leads it off. Brett walked and scored in the first, reached on an error, scored in the third. Power versus power right here. When you talk about Schweitzer and Perry. First pitch to Brett downstairs for a ball. And the count 1-0 on Perry. They always pitch very carefully to Brett, no matter where he is in the batting order. And we like the fact that he's the leadoff guy. Takes a pitch downstairs for a ball, 2-0. You get a kid that hits the baseball that well, you might as well get him some extra ABs. And that's what Mike Wynn has done by putting him at the top of the order. Pitch outside for a ball, 3-0. Candy Ogden Fight checking in on Facebook. Perry on board, 4 straight pitches, all out of the zone. He's walked for the second time this afternoon, on board for the third time. Candy Ogden Fight says, let's go, boys. You've got this, and gave us some graphics as well. Also, Cindy McGuire. She says, on the other side of the frame, go get him Paxton. I tell you what, Paxton has done a great job here this afternoon. Although, let's see if they're going to lift him right now. And we get a conversation out on the bump as Bobby Blackburn going to come out and talk to Schweitzer a little bit. See how this one unfolds as we play in the 5th inning, and pitch count now becoming of utmost importance for both coaches. They're going to leave Paxton in there. Paxton looking at his hand like maybe he's got a little bit of a blister going on. So Coach Blackburn says, we'll leave you in here for now. Perry over at first base, nobody out, and here comes Henry Lopez. Lopez singled, stole a base in the first, and was left stranded. He popped to short his second time around. Henry 1 for 2 on the ball game. Perry, good lead over at first. Lopez going to bunt. That's a great one. That'll be an infield single. There is no way they're going to throw Lopez out. Now Paxton throws the ball up the line. Perry rounding third. They're going to send him. Here comes the throw on the slide. Safe. We're tied at 3. Meantime, Lopez is safe at third. They'll throw the ball away from him. Henry gets up, and he's got himself a Little League home run, and Mangum leads it by a score of 4-3. Wow. Well, speed will kill, and we saw it right there. I was surprised that Lopez didn't have a third baseman right on his backside. Ray Keeney was back behind the bag. You thought maybe the sacrifice would be on, but Henry laid down a perfect bunt. He was going to beat it out. Schweitzer throws the ball away. So he had E1, and then Lopez on his horse takes third as they try to get Perry at the plate. And the throw down to third base sails into left field. There's a line shot right back at Paxton Schweitzer. You catch it or get killed. Simple as that. Wow. What a play by Paxton. I mean, that ball smoked right back at him off the bat of Sean Booth. And Schweitzer just gets his glove up in time to make the out number 1. Woo. That will get my adrenaline going, and I'm setting 100 feet away. McAlexander takes a pitch for a ball, 1-0 on Jet. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Takes a ball, 2-0. So a couple of throwing errors on that play a moment ago allowed 2 runs to score and allowed Mangum to take the lead. Count now 3-0 on McAlexander. Give an infield single to Lopez. Pitch inside for ball 4. And over at first base, Chet McAlexander. So here's Jalen Warner. As McAlexander's at first base. And again, Mangum scratching out a couple of runs here in the 5th inning to take a 1-run lead. Schweitzer out of the zone, the count 1-0. He walked Perry on 4 straight pitches. Then Lopez putting down the bunt on his first pitch. And then the errors and the Little League home run results in a couple of runs. There's a called strike. The count level at 1-1 on Warner. In on the grass at third base now, Keeney. Warner didn't mean to do it, fouled it on the right side, 1-2. And again, we were surprised when Lopez was bunting in the inning that Keeney was not in the grass then, because that was a sack situation all the way. Then Henry put down an absolutely picture-perfect bunt in no man's land. As Warner looks at ball 2-2 now on Jalen. Schweitzer throws the ball away when Henry clearly had the play beaten. And then the merry-go-round got underway. Jalen looks at strike 3. He'll become the second out of the inning. For Colton Laughlin. Laughlin 0 for 2. He's lined to left and popped to short. Colton a chance to help himself right now. His club on top 5-4. At a runner at first base, that's McAlexander. Laughlin looks upstairs at a ball, and it's 1-0 on Colton. It is the fourth strikeout of the afternoon for Paxton Schweitzer when he struck out Warner. Laughlin late on that one. The count level at 1-1 on Colton. The play here in inning number 5. Mangum led 1-0. Then it was tied 1-1, trailed 3-1. Now they lead 5-4. Outside for a ball. The count 2-1 on Colton. Huge gap in right center field. If he can find a spot there, both he and McAlexander will run for days. Smokes this one to center field. Again, the wind will knock it down, and Corbin will make the play for out number 3. Hit it hard, but again, right into the teeth of the wind. Mangum, though, comes up with 2 runs in the inning. 2 runs on 1 hit. There were 2 errors and a runner left on board. We've played 5, Mangum 4, Cordell 3. Classic Hits 97.7.
Wondering how Western Oklahoma State College can fit into your future? With 25 degree options and more than 20 student organizations, it's easy to join the Pioneer family. Western offers classes online and on campus, making it simple to fit an education into your schedule. Western's tuition is less than half of a 4-year university's and offers many scholarship opportunities. To find out more about how your future is brighter at Western, visit wosc.edu.
Friends, there's some big money to be saved this month at Wheeler Ford in Cordell. 2019 Edge, 0% for 60 months and $3,000 in customer cash. 19 model half-ton XLTs, $5,750 in incentives. Or 1.9% financing for 60 months and $2,750 in incentives. Check it out. We've got some great pre-owned units, cars, trucks, SUVs. You need to see Tom or David. We're wheeling and dealing. Wheeler Ford, sales and service for life. So come to Cordell and Wheeler Ford. Ford, go further.
All right, as we go to the top of the 6th inning, a pitching change being made as Jet McAlexander will become the 3rd pitcher of the afternoon for the Mangum Tigers. McAlexander on the bump. Colton Laughlin now will go back to short where he started the ball game. Came on in relief. Did the job for Mike Went and company, and now Jet McAlexander going to be charged with holding the lead here as we go to the top half of inning number 6. It'll be Ray Keeney, Drayton Maddox, and Dane Corbin due up for the Blue Devils in inning number 6. Keeney on the afternoon has grounded at third, singled, stole a base, and scored a run. He is 1 for 2. Been a while since we have seen Jet wearing orange sleeves here this afternoon, and they will, I'm assuming, allow that. There was a time where you could not wear sleeves when you were pitching, and then they said, well, if it's white, we won't let you wear it. It was hard to pick up the baseball, but I think with the brightly colored orange, Jet is fine. He can wear those, and after the ball game, go hunting. So it's a 4-3 ball game as we play here in the top half of inning number 6. Our next ball game, we won't carry it for you, but the next game here at Mangum will feature Walters and Amber Pocasset. The winner of that one will get the winner of this one, and then the 2 losers will square off as well. First pitch from McAlexander down in the dirt for a ball. The count 1-0 on Keeney. Third baseman this afternoon for Cordell. Pops this one out of play on the right side. The count 1-1 on Ray. fought off a pretty good pitch right there. That was in on his hands, and was able to get enough of it to get it out of play on the right side. So McAlexander, the third pitcher of the afternoon for the Tigers. The wind beginning to settle a little bit out there in center field. Chet stepped off and throws a curveball here. The count 2-1 as it's out of the zone. I think he thought maybe he almost balked when I don't know that he asked for time, and I think that's what that sheepish grin was all about. 2-1 pitch on the way here. Overhand fastball low for a ball, 3-1. Alexander does not want to walk the leadoff batter with his club on top here in the sixth. 4-3 ball game. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there by Jet. And the count full 3-2. Keeney had a healthy cut, but that one thrown right on by him. McAlexander's payoff pitch now on the way. Ground ball towards Rogers at second. Luke on a hop. Flips to first, and there is one gone in inning number 6. Appreciate the effort there of Luke Rogers. That was a routine play, but he didn't approach it as routine. He realized the gravity of what's going on here, and he did it fundamentally correct. Sometimes you get in a ball game like this, and you kind of get lackadaisical and forget your fundamentals, but Rogers did a nice job there for out number 1. Drayton Maddox looks at a pitch inside for we called it a strike, didn't we? Wow. So 0-1 on Maddox. Drayton has walked and driven in a run. Swing and a foul tip, and the count 0-2 on Maddox. Drayton walked and scored in the second, and then he rolled into a fielder's choice in the third and drove in a run. Oh, if you could only hear the editorial comments of Casey Paxton. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Good pitch there by McAlexander. He gets Maddox on strikes for out number 2. Kind of appropriate that you say that Casey has editorial comments since he's a newspaper guy.
Brings up Corbin, Neely on deck.
So here's Dane Corbin. Corbin on the ball game. It reached on an error and grounded out. He's 0 for 2. McAlexander, overhand curve called for a strike, and it's 0-1. Wow. That one has got Dylan Fox shaking his head. 0-1 pitch. That one's underneath the hands, and a count level at 1-1. Jet every once in a while will throw a knuckleball. By the way, that's Trayvon Dickey you're looking at in your screen right there. He's a fast guy, a trackster, and we finally got him to run out of the way because we fired the starter's pistol and he took off. 1-2. By the way, in all seriousness, the girls track team eating it up last weekend at the regional meet. My goodness, I think they finished second in that to Hollis. Found back to the screen to count 1-2. And track teams, both the boys and girls, looking strong heading into the state meet, which I think is coming up this weekend. At Western Heights, the home of the JETS Jets. 1-2 pitch on the way here. Little number roll down the third base line. Lopez will field, throw on the bare hand, but not nearly in time. And Corbin will keep the inning alive with the infield single. That is kind of a microcosm of how Cordell has hit the baseball here this afternoon. With the exception of the shot up the middle by Paxton Schweitzer, they have not knocked the cover off the ball, yet they've been able to scratch together 3 runs and are in the ball game as we're here in the 6th inning. Ryan Neely now will step in. Neely 0 for 2. He has struck out swinging and struck out looking. And again, Corbin runs extremely well. Got a big lead over there for first base. McAlexander from the stretch. First pitch downstairs, knocked down by Booth. Delayed effort and safe at second base will be Corbin. So that ball down to the dirt, knocked down by Booth. But again, Sean couldn't locate it, and good heads-up base running by Corbin to take second base. He's in scoring position now. Called strike on Neely, and the count level at 1-1. But again, Cordell looking at the opportunity to tie the ball game with a runner at second, and they have not hit the ball hard at all, but been able to take advantage of situations. Cold strike 2, though, on Neely, and Ryan down in the count 1-2. Top half of inning number 6, 2 gone, runner at second, and 2 out. McAlexander a pitch away from ending the inning. 1-2 offering on the way here. Swing and a miss, and he does just that. So a good job by Jet to come back and get the out after the infield single. Cordell comes up with one run, or no runs rather, on one hit. There were no errors, and a runner left on board. We played 5.5. Mangum 4, Cordell 3. We're Classic Hits 97.7.
Bring hope and peace to a child. Young children of all ages need homes. Please consider opening your loving home to a child in need. Children deserve to grow up in a loving, caring family. We have the services and community connections that can help foster families succeed. Contact your local youth service agency at 580-726-3383 for more details. Abused and neglected children are Oklahoma's most vulnerable population. Help is needed now. Great Plains Youth and Family Services is a proud sponsor of today's broadcast.
Clinic Pharmacy of Cordell, a hometown family-owned and operated business, providing super quick and friendly service to Cordell and surrounding communities. Small enough to know you, big enough to serve your every need. Stop by to meet Chris and the Clinic Pharmacy staff, where our family knows yours.
Classic Hits 97.7. The good news is when you listen to me do the broadcast, it doesn't cost you anything, whether you're listening on the internet or if you're listening over the air on the radio. However, it is worth the price of admission, I am told, to come to the ballpark and listen to the PA done by Casey Paxton. I believe it's $7. They had to put that extra money in there to cover his expenses. He's got a huge contract. So it'll be number 7, 8, 9 for Mangum here in the 6th. They lead. First pitch swinging, Brooks cross, high fly ball, left field. That ball carrying, still carrying, and it is foul down the left field line. Boy, Cross put a charge into it, but it kept hooking, and then went foul. Brooks on the afternoon, by the way, 0 for 2. He's flied to left and struck out. Hooked that one big time. I know that look as I tee on the golf course many times. 0-1 pitch. On the ground and through the wickets underneath Keeney's glove. And that'll be Cross headed to second base. Here's the throw, and not in time. Brooks Cross will wind up at second base. So that is a 2-bag error there on the part of Keeney. He just didn't get the tailgate down and let the ball down, roll into left field. And a good job by Cross. Out of the box and made up his mind he was going to take 2 and got it. So here's Leighton Ketchum now. A chance to get an insurance run for Mangum. Ketchum 1 for 2 with a single, and he's also struck out. Shows bunt, gets it out in front of home plate, and that's a good one. Fielded by the catcher, who'll throw into the runner. And Ketchum going to be safe. Scoring from third base will be Cross. How about that? So Ketchum, the perfect bunt. And Colby Rivera picked it up and threw into the back of Ketchum. So that'll be E2, but you can give an RBI on the play. No, you can't because he was at second base, wasn't he? All right, no RBI on the play. But another run, nonetheless, for Mangum. Luke Rogers looks at a strike, and it's 0-1 on Luke. He's 0 for 2. He struck out, grounded out. Mangum, though, getting that insurance run here in the 6th. They now lead 5-3. Pitch to Rogers, and Luke way out in front. Curveball, 0-2. I give credit to Schweitzer. He has done yeoman work here this afternoon. For Cordell, gave up 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd, 2 more in the 5th, 1 here in the 6th so far. Throw over to first base and back safely. Cordell has hurt themselves this afternoon defensively. They've committed 4 errors in the ballgame, and they've all been costly, and it's resulting in runs. 0-2 pitch to Rogers. Luke ducks away from a fastball. The count 1-2. Looking ahead to the top of the 7th, Cordell will have numbers 9, 1, and 2 due up in the inning. Mangum leading here 5-3. Rogers laid off the high heat, and the count level at 2-2. Leighton Ketchum just a short lead over at first base. And again, you don't want to run yourself into an out here if you're Mangum. And looking for as many as you can for insurance heading into that 7th inning. 2-2 pitch to Rogers. Luke pops it up behind home plate, giving chase as the catcher, battling the screen, and a nice play by Colby Rivera. How about that? Boy, Rivera battling the elements and probably not getting a lot of help from the bench jockeys down there as well. He'll make the catch against the screen for out number 1. So we have seen both catchers take on the fence behind home plate here this afternoon. Brett Perry now will step in. Perry has scored all 3 times he has been to the plate. Been on base all 3 times, obviously. Cold strike here, and it's 0-1 on Brett. He's walked twice and reached on an error. And came around to score in inning number 5 on that Little League home run from Jet McAlexander. Perry, high fly ball, right field. Going back is Ivy, going back and waving goodbye to the baseball. Brett Perry, a 2-run home run here in inning number 6. So Perry put a charge into that one, and the Wind did not have an opportunity to knock the baseball down. Brett, a 2-run shot to right field, and there is that insurance that Mangum looking for going into inning number 7. That'll make it a 7-3 ball game. When Brett got one in his wheelhouse, and he pounded it over the wall in right center field. Base is now empty for Henry Lopez. Lopez, a single, stolen base. He has popped his short and had an infield single and came around to score on the 2 throwing errors an inning ago. Thought about bunting there. The home plate umpire call. He's got to get help down on the, it's a good call on his part. 0-1 as Lopez did show bunt. Home plate umpire was bailing out, had no idea what happened. Line drive, center field, base hit. Lopez has got back-to-back singles. So Mangum bats coming alive here late in the ball game, as they have plated 5 in the last inning and a third. So Sean Booth now will step in. Booth sacrificed flies first time around, singled in the third, and lined right back to Schweitzer an inning ago. Boy, shot on that one and just missed. That foul got back to the screen in a hurry and about knocked the fence over. My goodness. Well, he was sitting on a fastball there. Wind certainly settling down here this afternoon as the flag, a little bit of a laconic look out there in center field. That's not laconic, but laconic. Pitch outside to Booth. 1-1 on Sean. Mangum has pushed across 3 here in the 6th now. Lead 7-3. 1-1 offering to Booth. High fly ball, left field. Reimer looking, and finds it in the clouds right in front of the warning track to make the catch for out number 2. Booth victimized again by the wind as he hit that ball well, but it is just a cold afternoon and wind blowing in, and it's just not going to carry. So 2 gone here for Mangum in the 6th. Jet McAlexander, who is now on the mound, a chance to help himself at the plate. 2 gone, Lopez at first base. Jet on the afternoon. Takes a pitch here for a ball, 1-0. He lined out to left his first time around, singled in the 3rd, and walked in the 5th. He's 1 for 2. Pitch downstairs to McAlexander. 2-0 now on Jet. Henry Lopez over at first base with 2 gone. Mangum with 3 across in the inning and a 4-run lead. 2-0 pitch. Inside for a ball. The count 3-0 on Jet. Casey Paxton said before we ever went on the air, we're just up here kind of talking. 3-0 pitch, called strike, and it's 3-1. Said that the Tigers lately have been putting together runs in bunches late in a ball game, and they certainly have done that here this afternoon with 5 here in the last inning and 2/3. Called strike 2. It's 3-2 on McAlexander. Lopez will get a couple of extra steps over at first base with 2 gone here in the 6th. There he goes. Here comes the pitch. McAlexander, a high fly ball left field. But again, Reimer will be able to make the catch because the wind will knock the baseball down. But Mangum does come up with 3 runs in the frame as the Tigers score 3 times on a pair of hits. There were 2 errors and a runner left on board. We'll go to the 7th. Mangum 7 and Cordell 3 on Classic Hits 97.7.
Friends, you'll find a store full of quality gift ideas at Cordell TV Appliance and Furniture in Cordell. Appliances and TVs from LG, Frigidaire, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Speed Queen, Best, Catnapper, Bassett and Ashley Furniture, bedding from Serta. Now listen, we service everything we sell, and we promise always the lowest possible prices and the absolute best service. Thanks so much for your friendship and your business. Cordell TV Appliance and Furniture. It's somewhere in Cordell.
When hometown football approaches, that's when hometown shines. Bring out those hot cocoa thermoses. Bring on the team colors, shirts, and spirit. We'll be right here with you, cheering our home teams on to victory. Because nobody does hometown in Western Oklahoma like Bank of Western Oklahoma. Come bank with us. Weatherford, Cordell, Gary, Elk City, Viside, Woodward, where people come first. Online at bankofwesternoklahoma.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Off to the top of the seventh inning we go. It's a 7-3 lead for Mangum over Cordell. The Blue Devils scored a run in the second and two more in the third and have been quiet ever since. Due up for the Blue Devils here in inning number 7 against Chet McAlexander. They will go with numbers 9, 1, and 3. That's James Ivey, Colby Rivera, and Kobe Seltzer. The next ball game will be Walters and Amber Pocasset. In case you help me out, I don't have the bracket in front of me, but I believe the winners will play that ball game, right? Yeah. They'll play the third. They'll play the third game. Okay. So the winners will play the third game. All right, a couple of scores from Chad Fox. He tells us that Red Oak has beaten Lady 4-2 in the state baseball tournaments, and Stonewall has beaten Fletcher 6-1. Ball to lead off the sequence here to James Ivey. Ivey in the ball game has walked and hit a soft liner to second base. He's 0-for-1. Got hit there. That one got away from McAlexander, and on a cold day, that does not feel good. He got hit up around the shoulder. Ivey aboard with nobody out in the top of the order, and Colby Rivera. We kept talking about those insurance runs for Mangum in their half of inning number 6, but you get an idea why. I mean, if you can have that 4-run lead, you know that a grand slam cannot beat you. And he'll fix that ad. We're glad that you'll do that. McAlexander, overhand fastball out of the zone in the count 1-0 on Rivera. 4th time to the plate this afternoon for Kobe. He struck out his first time around, had an RBI single in the second, lined out in the 4th. Hit this one off the fist in the count 1-1 now on Rivera. Well, if you're Jet McAlexander, you would love the pitcher's best friend right now, the 6-4-3 double play. Cordell, though, needs base runners. Trailing here, 7-3. Pitch downstairs for a ball. And the count 2-1. Amanda Brindle Reimer says, "Hey, I'm rooting for you, Blue." Throw over first base and back safely is James Ivey. Nobody out here in inning number 7. Runner at first base for the Blue Devils. And a pitch downstairs for a ball. And the count now 3-1. And you know that Mike Went told Jet McAlexander, just go out and throw strikes. You got a 4-run lead for you. Go throw strikes. The hardest thing to do in baseball, except hit it. 3-1 pitch downstairs, ball 4. So not the beginning that Coach Went was looking for here to begin this 7th inning of play. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Ivey hit by a pitch. Rivera walking on 5 pitches. And here's Kobe Seltzer. Kobe walked in the first. Grounded out in the second. Struck out in the 5th. He is 0-for-2. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. We play in the top half of inning number 7. Cordell down by 4, but a couple of runners aboard. Little bunt out in front of home plate. McAlexander looks towards third and then falls down, and everybody going to be safe. Well, that'll go as an infield single, as Ivey will go to third, Rivera to second, and Seltzer at first. And you could see as the ball was being fielded by McAlexander, Booth was saying 1-1-1. Jet, though, maybe got a little bit greedy, sneaking a peek at third, and then when he turned to throw the ball to first base, he fell down. So now the bases are loaded for Brady Reimer. Reimer, ground ball to short. Laughlin bobbles and throws to first. Not in time. Everybody going to be safe, and it's a 7-4 ball game. So give credit to Cordell refusing to go quietly into the afternoon. That will be E6 and RBI on the play, and the base is still loaded for Paxton Schweitzer. And you don't think this guy can't give you the lead with one swing of the bat? Bases loaded, still nobody out. Curveball, Schweitzer can't pull the trigger, and it's 0-1 on Paxton. He struck out to end the first, singled and scored in the third, lined out in the fifth. 0-1 pitch on the way here, curveball that had too much height to it, and it's 1-1. But again, you go back to the bottom of the sixth inning, and how important were those runs? Wow. Still nobody out here in the seventh. Bases full of Blue Devils. 1-1 pitch to Schweitzer. There's a cold strike. And it's 1-2 on Paxton. So now with a 1-2 count, if you're Schweitzer, you at least got to get the ball in the air to the outfield and get that run home from third base. 1-2 pitch on the way here. Fouled back to the screen. It'll stay 1-2. You look out there at Leighton Ketchum, and yeah, he's moved back a couple of steps now. Ketchum was real shallow out there in right field. And I don't think you can have a ball go over your head if you're in the outfield. I know you can't. You got to keep everything out in front. 1-2 pitch on the way to Schweitzer. Swing and a miss. And a big strikeout there for McAlexander. So Jet with a strikeout, the first out of the inning. Here's Ray Keeney. Keeney, 1 for 3 in the afternoon. He has grounded out twice, singled, stole a base, and scored a run. Bases still loaded. 1 gone. Cordell down. 7-4. Ticked foul back to the screen. And the count 0-1. I think in between games, I'm going to go find some Beano for whoever in the booth needs it. Looking at the faces, they're all poker faces. Nobody admitting to it. All right. 0-1 pitch, curveball upstairs, and that'll level the count at 1-1. Rivera is at third, Seltzer at second, Reimer at first, and there's 1 gone. Cordell down by 3. Pitch downstairs. Boy, great job by Booth to stay in front of it. 2-1 on Keeney. And again, pitch count getting to be critical. Mike Wynn has had 3 pitchers here this afternoon. Lopez, Laughlin, and now McAlexander. And I believe he's down to his final pitch if he wants to throw tomorrow. There's a cold strike. And the count on Keeney 3-2. Or check that, 2-2. You know, they'll leave him in there. 2-2 offering on the way here. Swing and a miss. Great pitch there by McAlexander as he comes up with back-to-back strikeouts with the bases loaded. So 2 gone now for Drayton Maddox. Maddox on the afternoon. He's grounded into a fielder's choice, got an RBI, and struck out in the 6th. Bases loaded and 2 gone. Maddox looks at the off-speed pitch for a strike, and it's 0-1. Drayton is one of those guys that has the flair for the dramatic, and certainly he got an opportunity right now. Chokes up on the bat, wide open stance, and an 0-1 pitch. Curveball that stays upstairs, and the count 1-1. A hit batter, a walk, a single, an error, and it's a 7-4 ball game. In the 7th, 1-1 pitch, called strike 2, and it's 1-2 on Maddox. Now Drayton got to shorten up and put something in play here if Cordell wants to stay alive. 1-2 offering on the way. Curveball inside, and the count leveled at 2-2. Yeah, what do you do here? 2-2 on Maddox. You turn Jet loose and let him throw a fastball. 2-2 offering on the way. Let's see. Called strike 3 fastball. And how about the effort of Jet McAlexander striking out the side after a run had come across home plate and the bases were loaded with nobody out. Wow. So Cordell comes up with 1 in the 7th, 1 run on 1 hit. There was an error. They left the bases loaded, and Mangum will hang on and win it by a final score of 7-4. We're back with your totals after this on Classic Hits 97.7.
Wondering how Western Oklahoma State College can fit into your future? With 25 degree options and more than 20 student organizations, it's easy to join the Pioneer family. Western offers classes online and on campus, making it simple to fit an education into your schedule. Western's tuition is less than half of a four-year university's and offers many scholarship opportunities. To find out more about how your future is brighter at Western, visit wosc.edu.
At Shorty's in Cordell, we know sometimes you just want good food, cooked fresh and made to order just the way you like it. Like a great tasting hamburger that's only $2 after 4 p.m. Sometimes you just want a great salad bar any time of the day. And daily specials, they're always fantastic ideas too. You're sure to love this daily special, our bread bowl with soup. Oh, and tell them you heard this ad and get $1 off your order at Shorty's. We can accommodate large parties and always have carry out. That's Shorty's, just east of the traffic light in Cordell. Go Blue Devils!
Taking care of your family is easy and convenient at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum. Located at 114 South Lewis Tittle in Mangum, Dr. Lonnie Perryman and nurse practitioner Patty Burks provide a comprehensive, full-service family practice, including care for children and adults, including geriatrics. Call 782-3393 for appointments at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum.
Well, it was a good one, and Mangum holds on and wins it by a final score of 7-4 to advance on the winner's half of the bracket. They will take a game off and then get the winner of our next contest between Amber Pocasset and Walters. Mangum 7 runs, 8 hits, and a couple of errors. 4 runs, 5 hits, and 5 errors committed by Cordell. That was their undoing here this afternoon as the Tigers now win their 29th game of the year. Cordell will wait the loser of the ball game between Walters and Amber Pocasset. And Dudley Simpson will have that ball game for you on 107 The Zone and OKSports.tv a little bit later on this afternoon. So again, Mangum wins it 7-4, a 2-run home run in the 6th inning. Big difference in the ball game as Brett Perry knocked in that home run in the 6th. And again, Mangum 7 and Cordell 4. Stick and stay coming up in a couple of hours. We'll have the ball game between either Walters or Amber Pocasset and Mangum right here on Classic Hits 97.7.